In today's video, we're going to be going over the definitive guide to the best Arnold Schwarzenegger movies according to the world of action Ricker. Arnold was once the highest paid actor in all of Hollywood, and he inspired many people on their entertainment and fitness journeys. If you haven't seen any of these films I'm about to mention, you're missing out. Make sure to go watch them. And who knows, maybe they'll even inspire you. So without further ado, let's jump in. So this countdown is going to start with number 5, which is The Terminator. The Terminator is a 1984 science fiction film directed by James Cameron, and Arnold plays a cyborg assassin sent back in time from a post-apocalyptic future to kill Sarah Connor, the mother of a future leader of the resistance against the machines. The film actually follows Sarah as she is pursued by the Terminator. With the help of a mysterious soldier from the future who was also sent back in time to protect her, they must fight to stop the Terminator from carrying out its mission and change the course of the future. I love this film because it explores themes of technology and its impact on humanity, as well as the power of fate and free will, and that's why it gets my number 5 spot. And later in the video, I'm actually going to talk about Rotten Tomatoes top 5 as well. Alright, so coming in at number 4, we have the one and only Commando. This is a 1985 action film where Arnold plays John Matrix, a retired special forces soldier who sets out on a one-man mission to rescue his kidnapped daughter and take down the terrorist organization responsible for her abduction. The film features crazy over-the-top action sequences and several of Arnold's iconic one-liners.
I ate green berets for breakfast, and right now I'm very hungry.
And by the way, if you're enjoying this video, make sure to like and subscribe as it really helps out the channel, and share with some friends. And make sure to stick around for honorable mentions coming up very soon. But first, my number 3 pick and one of my favorite films of all time, Pumping Iron. If there's one movie on this list you probably haven't seen, it may be this, unless you're just a gym bro. Pumping Iron is a 1977 documentary, or pseudo-documentary, that follows the lives of several professional bodybuilders, including Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lou Ferrigno, and Franco Columbu. The film follows them on their journey of preparation for the 1975 Mr. Olympia. It provides an inside look at the intense training and dedication required to become a champion bodybuilder. And we get some really unique perspectives on the personalities and rivalries that existed in the sport. And of course, I call this a pseudo-documentary because some of it was actually scripted, like a lot of the relationship between Lou Ferrigno and his father. Yet this film is considered a cult classic and helped establish Arnold as a cultural icon. Now, before we get into my top 2 picks, I want to go over my honorable mentions, and there's a lot of them. First up, we have one of my favorites, Last Action Hero. I actually almost put that on this list. It's really not that good of a movie overall, but there's just something about it that I absolutely love, and it's very creative. It's about this kid that loves action movies and finds himself in one with Arnold, who is the action hero. And they jump between the movies universe and our real life universe. And there's some epic action sequences, and of course, funny one-liners.
Stay thy hand, fair prince.
Who said I'm fair?
And I'm just gonna rapid fire the rest of these honorable mentions because there's so many of them. But if you haven't seen them, make sure to go watch them. Jingle All the Way, which is one of the best Christmas movies of all time. Fight me on that. Twins, End of Days, The Sixth Day, Kindergarten Cop, True Lies, and Total Recall. All of these are fantastic movies, but none of them quite made my top 5 in terms of my enjoyment of them. And speaking of my top 5, let's jump into number 2, which is the one and only Predator. I love Predator so much. This movie came out in 1987 and is a science fiction film following an elite military unit that is hunted by a technologically advanced alien predator. The film follows Arnold's character as he and the rest of the unit drop into a jungle on a rescue mission, only to find themselves being picked off one by the predator, who's able to camouflage himself and is hunting them for sport. As the survivors try to find a way to defeat the predator, they must also deal with the added threat of hostile human forces. The film is known for its intense action, suspense, and special effects, as well as some more epic one-liners. Remember this one? I ain't got time to bleed.
You're hit. You're bleeding, man.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Alright, so before we get into my number 1, let's go over Rotten Tomatoes top 5 list real quick. They have Pumping Iron at number 5 with a 92% rating. They have Predator at number 4 with an 80% rating. They have Total Recall at number 3 at an 83% rating. I'm not gonna say number 2 because that's my number 1 at a 93% rating. And they put the original Terminator at number 1 at a 100% rating. That's super rare for Rotten Tomatoes, although it doesn't surprise me because it's a James Cameron movie. Alright, so let's jump into Rotten Tomatoes number 2 movie and my number 1 movie of all time from Arnold, and that is Terminator 2: Judgment Day. This film came out in 1991 and it's obviously the sequel to The Terminator. The film follows the T-800, or Arnold's character, as he returns to this world to protect a young John Connor, the future leader of the human resistance against the machines. He's sent to the past by the resistance to protect John from a new, more advanced Terminator, the T-1000, which was sent back to kill him. Along the way, they're joined by Sarah Connor, John's mother, who has been institutionalized for her warnings about the future. The film explores the themes of technology and its impact on humanity, as well as the power of fate and free will. It's very well known in in the visual effects industry for having some of the best of all time. It has some amazing action sequences, some of the best in film history, I believe. And I love this film because it portrays Arnold's character as a protector rather than a killer. It almost humanizes the T-800. And I don't want to spoil what happens, but I gotta say, I get teary-eyed just thinking about it. And at the heart of this film, it's about a boy and his relationship to his father figure. And this robot that comes in very cold, but learns throughout the process of these events why humans have emotions. It really strikes at the core of what it means to be human or even alive. And that's why it's my #1 pick. So these are my top 5. Let me know yours in the comments down below. And make sure to join our Discord for more talk on fitness or anime or whatever kind of nerdy stuff we can get into. I'll link that in the description down below. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.